you're just joining us, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Season 27 ETF2L Premiership Highlander Grand Final between defending champions SDCK. There in the blue, twice in the red, both demos rolling out to mid fairly quickly, just trading across that spam damage, and the Spies getting to position. The first casualty of the final, though, is going to be Sammy, Odin, Del, Axio, all going down in quick succession. Del does take out JackeyLegs with a reflex, but the collapse is absolutely sublime there, Dave. Two people alive, Casper going down, massive Uber advantage for Gedu. They trade JackeyLegs for 6 players there.
Yeah, very, very smart for SDCK. I think they expected Twice to get very, very aggressive on that first mid. They just sat back, they absorbed the aggression. They had a couple of players go behind when the combo stepped on the point, and they did such a good job absorbing the aggression. It was very, very easy. They focused Sammy down because he was a little bit late on the bomb, and that flank just cleaned everything up.
Oh, Axio, though, there's a big bomb in from Kazuki, but that was the distraction. It's Axio that comes and gets the double stab. Gedu and Nubby are down. That is, in fact, the first drop of the final. So, T-Borden doesn't get the kill, but it's JackeyLegs with the 2K, takes down Buko and Casper.
Wow, I didn't even spot in the pause just how much of a nuke JackeyLegs was about to deliver there. He delivered the payload huge. That was a massive bomb from him, and obviously it makes it a bit more even. The time starting to take in SDK's favour. They've got a full minute off the clock there. It's going to be capped up here by Twice. Going to put them back in the action. They do have control of the point, but Casper goes down again.
Yeah, I was just going to say, like, them getting the cap, if they can just reset here, maybe get a bit of a defense going. But no, that stab from Mezzo is absolutely huge because, you know, the spawns were so long. When you're in control of the point, your spawns are massive, and you can see the suicides went in there from Twice. Kind of desperation, just throwing bodies forward to try and maybe get Gedu, but this time he does survive. So now we have a situation where one team has an Uber advantage, and it is Gedu, 85% right now. They are trying to forward hold this, Dave, as we are actually getting the in-game announcement for the final happening.
Yeah, it looks like they're looking to forward hold. They've allowed them up through onto the hill, but they want to just take an Uber in here. SDCK, they're taking it deep in towards the combo, but Casper's nice and safe, and that was actually when the pause came in.
Yeah, it seems the pause happened because Mezzo timed out, but he's back in. So this is obviously the pause happens. It's 90 seconds in the future when you see it. But we are in a situation here where there's a couple of players out of position. In comes T-Borden. Nobody knew the Pyro was there around the corner. He gets the flames onto Casper, forces that Uber comfortably. And now Gedu has 65% in the bank. Massive, massive advantage. Welcome to everyone who is just joining us from the in-game announcement on TF2. This is the ETF2L Premiership Grand Final. This is Highlander just as like he gets the headshot onto Casper. That Uber advantage is even bigger now, Dave.
Yeah, we talk about Casper playing kind of on the point, playing these aggressive positions, but Lakey was ready for it. He knew he would be standing on the sideline, and he found the pick. And at the moment, Twice they get something going for them. They get a couple of picks, they win a fight, and then just Casper goes down and the momentum swaps back.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. Like, you're in a situation where you're facing an Uber disadvantage. You have to try and get a force out of the medic, but you've got to make sure your medic survives. And they're losing Casper in these situations, and when you don't have those heals, you don't have that Uber, it is so difficult, as the Uber is going to be popped by SDCK here. They are so aggressive. They are basically in the spawn as Casper goes down to May there. They are actually pushing them all the way to the gates. 10 seconds left on the clock, and there's only BB and Delt alive. Delt gets cleaned up by Aleski there. There are some spawners, but they're not even going to get to the point in time here. It's going to be a 1-0 to SDCK on this map so far. Only 45 seconds taken off the clock by Twice, and this is, wow, what a way to put your foot down and, you know, set the tone for this final. Twice picked this map. They beat SDCK on it during the season, Dave, but they're not looking slouches right now.
Super impressive stuff all round, but especially at the end there with that Uber. But now it comes into a second mid-fight. Opportunity for Twice to maybe rectify a couple of mistakes they made. This time they're looking to push across the caution side. Sammy getting very, very aggressive, putting damage down into main. Gedu even can't even walk into the mid-fight, and they're getting a couple of picks here. It's traded quite heavily either way. No demos in the equation. Both soldiers down as well. But Delta's the one getting aggressive on the point. But Likey is the one with a crucial pick down onto Casper. Gedu's out of there, so it's going to give Twice space. Going to give them control of the point. But Gedu getting out of there retains an uber advantage.
Yeah, Casper's still in the spawn queue for 5 seconds. Buko in there for 10. Just gets taken down there. No sniper and no heals. SDCK can walk in here pretty comfortably, and they get some frags as well. Kazuki, Del, Odin, and Rambasaur all going down. Likey is popping heads all over the place, but Axio does get the shank. The butter knife onto Gedu is going to be the saving grace, and he did this in the first round. Remember, he got that drop onto Gedu in that first round when things were going in a similar fashion, and it does seem that at the moment, Twice are needing these clutch plays from people like Buko and Axio to come in and do stuff, whereas SDCK, they just seem a lot more in control right now, and Twice need to just shake things up and work out what's going wrong. How are we losing these fights?
Yeah, Twice are having some moments for sure. They're looking to dry push again now. I think they're happy when they're in this dry push scenario, but Sammy and Odin have both taken a ton of damage before the fight even starts. BB is getting a decent amount of cap time, and SDCK aren't really pressuring too much. They're allowing the cap to come in. They've actually lost a ton of players as well.
Buko with the snipe takes down Gedu, and Casper goes down again. This time it's Mezzo. Like, both medics dying within quick succession of each other. Buko, though, with such a nice shot on the retreating medic. It's the Latrange kill from Mezzo to take down Casper. At the moment, this is getting so messy. Neither side is going to be really happy with the way things are going, you know, in terms of their medics and a large quantity of players going down with each fight. And in terms of time, it's actually Twice in the lead right now by about 15 seconds. SDCK do have control of the point, and they have about a 20% Uber advantage, which may come into play if things get a little bit tight. But in come Twice, they're going in dry. They're trying to get some pressure. May goes down to the flare. Likey is also going to go down to BB. They're getting plenty of cap time. See Borden going down very, very weak, and that Uber advantage is going to mean absolutely nothing if you lose your players and you have to retreat all the way back to your spawn.
Yeah, nicely done by Twice this time, just keeping the crucial plays alive, making sure they had the core of their combo there for, you know, that post situation. Them capping the point and, you know, losing everyone obviously is a terrible scenario for them this time. They played it a little bit more passive, kept their players alive, and they've even equalised the Ubers.
Have to see how things go here. The Uber trade. Look at the aggression from Nubby jumping onto the rock, trying to sticky off the retreating players, but they had a crumb of Uber left over just to make sure Casper got out there. Delt gets caught by the pipes, and that's enough. We do see Sammy though jumping forward, putting some damage down. He gets headshot by Likey. This man is on fire right now. He is not letting anyone get across the point. Axie is in position again, and I feel he's going to have to come up big if they're going to see Twice even attempt to push this with the forward hold happening. BB is going to lose out to May. A little bit of scout on scout action, but at the moment SDCK looking in control despite being behind on the time.
Yeah, the funny thing is, this kind of forward hold is similar to the one that was done against them by Twice earlier in the season. They seem to have just copied a page out of their opponent's playbook and brought it out against them. But the moment Twice can't seem to deal with it too much, they've got pick onto Jackie Legs, but with Sammy and Kazuki going down, there's not really an option to jump plays in. There's not really an option to get a force out of Gedu. So they're sat back on cliff, and at the moment they're just relying on Buko.
Yeah, they are relying on Buka, and that's a lot of pressure on one person's shoulders. As actually he gets the backstab onto Nubby. That's demo down. That's a lot of spam, a lot of area denial, and the Uber is forced on Gedu. T-Borden actually gets dropped from that Uber. It's Odin, who manages to gun him down. They counter Uber, go forward, and they've not managed to get any kills so far, but BB's on the chase. Great shot there from Likey, and Clark there with the shotgun is going to be protecting his medic. Engineer is there to save the day, and somehow, with 3 players chasing Gedu when he was about 50 HP, they weren't able to get him, and they lose 6 players. Lucky Yeah, we'll have to see if Twice are going to switch things up as we are back into the action now. This is only still the second round of the first map of this grand final, but Twice's choice, SDCK, putting their foot down right now and in control as things stand. Buko there, we were just talking about him in the interim, getting a snipe onto Mezzo, and we're just going to have to see what happens. Very passive play from both sides here, Dave. It just seems like a lot of respect happening right now.
Yeah, they're just backed up. They knew they could, but actually very little respect being shown with that Uber. They're jumping in. They get a ton of damage onto Caspi. Just about gets the Uber, manages to flash it out onto Sammy, and they're going to go forward here. The clock is ticking down for Twice, so they do have to finish. They do have to win this fight. They do have to cap it out. But at the moment, May is the one on the point. They did cap it, I think, but SDCK have just so many players. BB, Delton, Casper picks means there's no heals up. Kazuki goes in and followed up by Sammy. That's a great combo of the explosive classes, getting the bomb, getting the damage down. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. There's a lot of SDCK players roaming around. They clean up Axio as well. And LSK just about has enough health to walk forward onto this point and start getting some cap down in CeeJaey.
Yeah, if they get the cap here, it's overtime, and that does mean they're going to win the round. You can see the bodies flying forward. BB and Kazuki go there to try and block it. It's not enough, and it is going to be 2-0. This is where the pause happened just now, so there was no interruptions in play. Just I have to shout out to Mezzo there. He was playing on China on that high ground, and instead of just running in and going for the stab, he was just shooting at Buko to annoy him, forcing him and Odin to turn around, and they couldn't look forward and shoot the players going forward. Look at this mid from Nubby jumping into his opponent's main, and in comes Jackie Legs to follow it up and gets Casper. The absolute disrespect being shown right now. They managed to get the medic. They've only lost those players. Jackie Legs actually survives the ordeal. It's one person alive. It's BB, and he's going to get taken down. Essentially a wipe there, Dave, from Nubby bombing straight into the enemy team as they rolled out.
That's pretty nuts. You have to say they look a little bit rattled Twice, and they are being shown not very much respect at all. If they, just played back, got their medic healed up, absorbed it, they could have used the fact they had basically a free demo pick, had no demo damage coming into them, but as it was, they wanted to get forward, they were a bit scattered, and they got punished really, really hard.
Let's see how they recover from this. It is 100% Uber in the hands of Gedu. That bomb comes in, and we can hear the shattering of an icicle as T-Borden caught out Axia, was close to getting onto Gedu there, who now has that Uber and playing on the high ground on Cliff. Another forward hold from SDCK. It's about the third time we've seen this, and it's not something you really want to have to play against in Highlander, but Twice are not hesitating. They're running out already, but Nike, he gets Buko, he gets dealt, and Nubby with the sword is going to kill Odin. This is absolute slaughter. That Uber just cleans up a bunch of people. T-Borden with the reflect as well. Likey with the headshot onto his scout. Someone stop this man. He is not missing a shot right now, but Dave, Casper survives all of that. 100% Uber in the hands of Twice. This is their chance. They have to do something.
Yeah, despite all those kills, despite all that log padding, that phase actually went to Twice overall. They got the foresight, they kept the medic alive. Now they have 100%. They're looking to take it in on Sammy. They're walking across caution already. Casper is backing up, he's keeping himself safe. They're trying to just bait the cap out. They don't want to force without too much threat in front of them, but Aleski is actually going to win the heavy 1v1. Sammy gets sniped by Likey as well. The combo is crumbling. BB going down as well. It's all up to Delt. The Uber's popped out on Delt, but there's nothing going on. Kazuki loses a 1v1. They're just losing all over the place, and they get absolutely nothing with this Uber. They're just throwing it straight in the bin.
Yeah, it's tragic. You talk about, wanting to use the perfect Uber. Sometimes you just need to use an Uber, and if you lose four crucial players who can be involved in that Uber, and then use the Uber and achieve nothing, it's rough. But they're actually going forward here. They're getting some kills, and they get the cap despite all of that. It's going to be an Uber from SDCK. Buko with a nasty little shot there onto Jackie Legs, and taking him out as that Uber faded. And somehow, despite fading that Uber, Dave, they managed to go forward, get some frags, get the point, and then force the Uber and still keep Casper and the rest of their team alive. So they have the point, 85% in the bank, but less than a minute for SDCK. If SDCK win this round, they win the first map.
Yeah, first time we've really seen Twice cap the point and control the players. They're actually going to be forced out. Just so much pressure coming in from the explosive classes for SDCK. Sammy jumps deep, but he doesn't get a lick of damage down onto Likey, just a roller. He does get out of there though, so Sammy keeping himself alive, not being focused out, is a very, very nice saving grace for them, which, you know, otherwise could have been a disaster.
Yeah, Likey currently has more points on the server than anybody else, including the medics. As we see SDCK starting to roll up here, May does go down. That's a lot of capping power been removed. And we see Twice playing it safe. They don't want to risk it. They know that there is an Uber in the hands of Gedu. Clark and Nubby going down, which is either gonna, you know, they're either SDCK cap here, but no, Mezzo! Everything was going so well, but Mezzo with the backstab onto Casper is gonna remove the heals from the side of Twice. SDCK are like, it doesn't matter now, we can just cap and know we have an advantage. And just as things were starting to look up for Twice, 45 seconds left for SDCK here.
Just perfect timing as always for Mezzo, just coming in, grand final in clutch, just saw, you know, them walking in through main, just waited for the medic to commit and then gets the stab onto him. A nice little reflect actually saves Casper this time from Jackie Legs. So they've actually thrown a lot of players forward to try and get Casper down, and he has survived this fight. The spam coming out onto the point. It's going to pick up both Delt and Odin. Lakey with a nice little body shot onto him, and they're delaying the cap nicely here Twice, but they have a lot. Well, they don't have much time to work with, and they have a lot to prove now.
Absolutely, and they don't have Delt, despite waiting for those spawns, they don't have Delt and Odin. They're just respawning now. It's going to take them a few seconds to get to the front line. 1:15 on the clock for Twice. They have to hold on here. Axio opens things up. Nice kill onto Likey, so no sniper to worry about, but Sammy goes down to May. Axio then gets cleaned up by Jackie Legs. There is that Uber in the hands of both teams here. The SDCK know if they win this exchange, then it is more than likely they're going to win this round with such a little time on the clock. It's going to be an Uber. It's going to be a better Uber for SDCK as they lose yet to jumping behind is Kazuki, but no, Del gets taken down. Kazuki gets taken down. The spawns are going to be so much longer for the size of Twice. It's going to be coming up to Odin. He has to go forward and get some kills here, but he can't. It's T-Born with the cleanup. Buko goes down to Mezzo as well. There's only 2 players alive for Twice here, Dave, and that could be it.
Yeah, it's going to get fully cleaned up. They're going to take the cap here. SDCK just 10 seconds left for Twice to run onto the point B. B is maybe in a position to get on it. There's a mini sentry, there's a scout. The Pyro Doubt is actually going to run on, but immediately cleaned up by May. And there we go, a clean 3-0 victory on this first map for SDCK.
Final of ETF2L Premiership Highlander, Season 27.
This is where they have to prove it. They have to show themselves. They have to show they can match SDCK, and they have to really, really want it.
Absolutely, and you know, if you're going to win finals, you're going to have to prove it. And this would not be the first time that we see teams win their opponent's map pick. We can see the first casualty will be Buko, gets the snipe there, and it's a massive, absolute collapse there with the sack wave, and it will get the force out of Gedu. And there's actually T-Borden down as well. An Uber removed from play and no Pyro, Dave? That's kind of like a dream sack wave on Badwater.
Yeah, I actually missed most of the sack wave because I was watching the Dragon's Fury Pyro, but, you know, it's always what you like to see. Just everyone going in and getting that crucial picks can be so important on this Badwater map, but almost as important is, you know, using this Uber effectively.
To see what they do, it's going to be from tunnel. Sammy just gets sent straight back to spawn, but it's Buko with the headshots. May, Clark, all going down. That sentry is plucked easily with no engineer to babysit it. It's going to be SDK still holding the high ground, but Sammy now in a different position is able to almost sandwich here, but it's not going to be enough, and slowly but surely this is turning SDCK's way. The teleporter gets taken down eventually, but it was up long enough to provide those respawns, and it does not look like they want to back out. It's going to be that conch from Jackie Legs, the one that we see so often on payload. His team running around as a blob. They use the Uber. They smell blood in the water. They're going to be chasing Casper through tunnel. It's going to be taken down by T-Borden. And that is not what Twice wanted after that amazing start.
No, they have got the cap, and that's actually made SDCK push everyone back, and actually it looks like Gedu is going to get killed. Sammy went in behind, and he's going to sticky off Gedu. He's going to take out Nubby as well, so no one was able to escape there, really, from the SDCK side. Just a couple of spawners, Aleski and Jackie Legs Lakey, all running towards that third point now. Mezzo also as well, so it looks now suddenly it's gone very, very much in Twice's favour. They're back in the game where they're looking to get into third, for which could be a tricky point. And Kazuki's going to get a funny kill onto Mezzo, who's trying to escape.
Yeah, this is actually looking a lot better for Twice now. They've not allowed SDCK to really set up on third. There's no sentry in the window. It's only Jackie Legs and Made a flank who are trying to control this area and not let it get overrun. But Buko takes one of those players out, and Jackie Legs is losing HP with that spam from Kazuki, and this cart is continually being pushed. There is a small Uber advantage here for Casper, so if they decide to go in here, it could be pretty good for Twice. Buko gets the opening onto Edeski, and they are going to use the Uber. It's going to be the solo onto Sammy. He gets Likey with the stickies. Any more will be amazing. The sentry's going to go down. SDCK pushed all the way back to last point. They still have the Uber, getting down to about 60 HP. Odin is trying to gun people down, manages to take down Nubby. Jackie Legs is going to get cleaned up. 5 players alive here, Dave, and the momentum is in the hands of Twice.
Yeah, Gedu surfing onto the windowsill there to keep himself alive. Twice have an opportunity though. They have the picks, they could go forward. They probably want to get this force out of Gedu pretty quickly here, because Casper's still quite a way away. They're actually just kind of sitting on their laurels, just waiting for SDCK to do something. They're getting some caps on, but Likey is going to pick out to Casper. Odin and Sammy, the full combo now going down. It's just a crumble from Twice. They get the force out of SDCK, but SDCK get all the frags. It's a full wipe, actually. It's
a full wipe. Casper spawning, no one to heal. It's a lonely job as a medic, but yeah, that catalyst was the Likey headshot onto Casper. Once the medic was down, Getty using that Uber just so SDCK can solidify their position, just clean up all the players, make sure that they're able to do with the hold that they want to do, get fully set up, and now they have a smidgen of an Uber advantage. But Twice now know that SDK have that sentry at the bottom of the ramp. They have everybody in position, and it's going to be about how they're going to crack this. Likey goes down though to Buko. Buko definitely turning up. The sap on the sentry will help it get taken down. In comes Sammy for the sack, and actually, Dave, they've taken out 5 players.
Oh, Odin just drops down out of map room, gets the pick onto Gedu. It's just 3 up now for SDCK. There's also a lot of spawners coming up for Twice, so it's going to be quite a while before they can get some cap time to punish those picks, and actually most of the SDCK players will probably be alive by the time Twice are ready to push, but that pick gives Casper a full Uber advantage now.
Yeah, the Uber comes in very early, actually, before they've even seen any players, maybe not wanting to die to the sniper, but Likey goes down. Jackie Legs and the sentry also falling by the wayside. Odin's going to get overwhelmed by the sheer number, but look at this card time. It is going closer and closer to the hole. T-Born is very weak, trying to babysit that cart a little bit more, but the heals, Casper is spreading them around, keep them onto BB to get that cart being done. Clark goes in with the shotgun, 2 kills with the mini sentry, and then another one with the shotgun. Is going to be able to hold it for SDCK, and we talk about Clark of the season, managing to give his team some precious time on this last point.
Jeez, it was just Clark, his mini sentry, and Mezzo. Gedu spawned just about in time to give him some heals, but they would survive with just 2 combat classes. That was pretty nuts. A lot of players were weakened Twice. They were struggling a little bit with focus fire, struggling a little bit with post-Uber position, but clutch play from Clark.
It is, and we talk about teamwork and cohesion and synergy being the important things in this game, but sometimes you need those individual plays. Nubby using that Uber to great effect, going to take down Casper, going to take down Buko, and that's going to be the real kicker there. You know, you have an Uber ad push into last, it doesn't quite work, you get 3K'd by an engineer, and then, you know, the defending team Ubers onto you. People play against this team so often, they should know that when they're defending, they do like to be aggressive, and if they smell a medic frag around that corner, they will Uber, and it happens again here, Dave, and you know, it's kind of like back to the drawing board as that cart is just rolling back.
Yeah, they tried to make something happen in map room, but the soldier heavy duel didn't go very much in SDCK's favour. There's some pressure coming in on the balcony area, but at the moment there's not too much pressure coming down onto Gedu or the rest of the combo members, and that allows Nabi to just walk forward. They have the picks, they can take out Sammy. They've found Casper as well. He does scoot out of there with a nice little surf to get away from May, who wasn't quite loaded, wasn't quite able to finish him off, but the safety of the dispenser will keep him alive for now.
Yeah, and it's going to be 100% Uber, both medics ticking over to that full charge at basically the same time there. And we're back to the situation where, you know, what do Twice do? They have to find a way to remove this Uber from the equation so that theirs can be more effective. Both snipers down, actually. Likey for significantly longer. Another 10 seconds in the respawn queue. Just as Buko is going to respawn, the Ubers are going to be traded. It's going to be map room drop down. Axio May going down, but Casper gets stuck off by Nubby, but the medic death isn't, you know, the worst thing in the world. There's a lot of other players that are going down. Clark goes down. Odin is in map room right now, Dave, and he's just spreading bullets down. But 4 players up for SDCK. They've just got their backs against the wall and they're clinging on here.
I haven't got many players, but they do have the heals and they do have a lot of health on those remaining players. Aleski wins a crucial fight against Odin with the help of T-Board on just the combo coming in clutch. There they find Axio as well, so at the moment Aleski just keeping himself alive, keeping his team in the fight. That they still have control of this ramp. They actually are now ticking up very, very close to the Uber as well. Jackie Legs peeking forward, map room trying to get aggressive there, and you know, Twice have to be wary of this Uber coming in.
Yeah, Mezzo with the backstab onto Sammy though. It's just little things like that when you have the likes of, you know, Likey and Mezzo just picking somebody off every now and again, just making it harder for you to do sack waves, harder for you to do trades, harder for you to do these pushes. And we would 256 is very, very fast for the first 3 points, but we've been on this last point for quite some time now, and they're going to be knowing this. Uber trade coming in from behind this time around. Odin already getting cleaned up by May, and it's going to be Delt being bullied under the balcony, and we'll get finished off. Aleski, the only real major casualty for SDCK at the moment, but Sammy wants to go in here. Kazuki is in, actually takes down T-Borden, and it's going to be very, very passive, but Jackie Legs comes in, gets the 2 kills, and it's pretty big. Gedu goes down there, Dave. I didn't see how it happened.
It's a super long-range pipe from Sammy, just found Gedu just as he's trying to run back to spawn. It means Casper's spawned with just a very slight Uber advantage. It's only going to be 5% by the time Gedu gets up, and might not even come into play by the time they've both got back in the action, because Gedu's building slightly better at the moment. So it's basically even Stevens. They got a little bit of cap time there Twice, but you know, at the moment they're just trying to trade in. They took a different approach trading in down the spiral this time, but you know, maybe we want to see them, you know, go for sacks or go for a little bit of a slower play.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes left on the round timer. That starts to be, you know, eating away at the back of your mind after some time. Both soldiers getting eliminated within microseconds of each other, but like he gets Buko, there's going to be no big picks coming from the sniper on the side of Twice. And this is the thing, they've been trying to, you know, maybe get Buko into a position, get some openings, and when they do, they're not making use of the big advantages. In comes the sack wave. Kazuki gets deleted, Sammy gets taken down, Gedu is still there with his charge. And as we approach the 2-minute mark here, Dave, like, what do you think is the best option here for Twice? So they keep going for the sacks and hope they have an advantage, because that car is nearly at the top of the ramp already.
I mean, SDCK just looked so ready for that sack wave there. They had the heavy in the window, they had both the scout and the pyro next to the medic. They are just going to, you know, trade the Uber out, get the force out, but they need to keep players alive to have a post-Uber. Make sure they can actually commit post-Uber. Delt is actually going to go down, cleaned up by Lakey, but they have most of their other players alive if they want to commit here Twice, but they don't have too much space.
Yeah, it's getting very, very close in terms of Twice actually capping this map out. I mean, it's not the end of the world if you don't, but it's a really, really big disadvantage if you don't manage to get that final point, and that's as that cart reaches at the top. 1:35 on the time now. We're seeing a conch from SDCK. They're trying to get aggressive on this corner, getting some spam down. There is a sentry kind of being wrangled at level 3, not making it easy, but Axie gets backstabbed. by Mezzo, and again, that's just another player who can't participate in a sack wave and can't go in for a trade or anything like that. It's going to be the players flooding in through the choke, but only gets stickied off. It's Likey with 2 dealt, and Kazuki goes down, and Jackie Legs with the cleanup is going to take down Casper, and that's going to sting.
Yeah, that's pretty painful. Getting didn't even have to use Uber though, he was able to hold on to it all the time. There's pressure down towards him, but he just kited it back nicely. And then, the rest of his flank just went forward and cleaned up all the weak Twice players. The moment they do actually get the force out there. I don't see exactly what happened, but the Uber's been popped, so a little bit of a saving grace for Twice, but they need to make something happen very, very quickly.
Yeah, it was just a solo play from BB, ran in there, managed to get the force, so that does give Twice an opportunity here. They got players on the cart, Clark, Oleski, all going down there. That sentry is just a mini sentry underneath map room. A lot of players falling by the wayside for SDCK for Alive. A couple respawning, but it's going to be some time, and it does look like Twice with the classic pub push, just pushing in, no Ubers, just getting on the cart, barreling forward. They are going to get the cart into the hole eventually. No, SDCK is still buying as many seconds as they can. 12 minutes and 49 seconds is a pretty long attacking time, Dave. SDCK did win product, and it wouldn't be out of the realms of possibility for Twice to win this map, because often you think, well, our map pick we're good at, but let's practice the maps that they've chosen, so we're up to speed on them. So you would think that Twice have definitely put a lot of scrim time onto this map. So who knows, they could have an iron defense here and hard hold on first, or hard hold on third, something like that. We'll have to see what happens, but definitely SDCK feeling the less of the pressure at this precise moment, because they have a lot of time to play with.
Yeah, we're just getting in position for SDCK before the bombs come in, and Nubby is in, Jackie Legs is in. They get some damage down onto Casper, but he's going to be nicely protected by a dispenser. There's probably a sandwich there alongside with him, so not too much happening in that sack wave, not even getting a pick, and about as well as that sack wave could have gone for Twice, really.
Yeah, I mean, not losing a single player, not worrying about a force or anything like that. Sentry still up, in comes some more sacks. Mezzo gets caught out just in time by Delt, and in fact, the only person who died on the side of Twice is Buko. And the dispenser, sorry, not the dispenser died, rip dispenser, very important, but the teleporter exit and entrance are still up, so Buko, as soon as he spawns, can jump in that teleporter and be back in action. The dispenser isn't going to be as resilient, as it's not level 3 anymore. That dispenser armor not going to be as efficient, but at the moment, Twice holding strong.
Going to go straight up the slope though. SDCK try and get Like into position. It's actually going to be trading out. They drop Nubby from the Uber. It's an Uber mostly onto T-Borden, but he's so far away he's not going to get too much down. Oleski runs in, gets a bit of damage down, but he's cleaned up very quickly as well. So big misplay there from SDCK. I don't think they knew exactly what they wanted to do. Didn't make any use of that sniper pick, and Twice will be very, very happy with how this first couple of minutes has gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you drop Nubby from the Uber. We see how devastating Nubby can be with that invulnerability during the exchanges. But Casper still with 100%. Now, sort of 2.5 minutes on the round time where SDCK have to get something done. You know what I mean? In comes Jackie Legs with some more spam, but that dispenser armor proving invaluable. Likey is going to get Buko down. So, no sniper again. Casper goes down to 50 HP, does not use the Uber yet. Delt is still dead, so no Pyro for the defense on the first point is absolutely devastating, and they are going to use the Uber here, Dave, and they're going to use it to run away.
Yeah, that was pretty balls of steel from Casper there to just keep holding his Uber as long as he could, and yeah, probably smart to use it to escape, because there's no other way that he's escaping without having to use that Uber. It means they've got a decent amount of cap time off that first point, but SDCK still have a lot of time to work with.
Yeah, Gedu got forced there on first. They abandoned ship and left it, and SDCK had this big Uber advantage, but Gedu uses it, so now it's actually no advantage. Axio with the revolver is going to take down Nubby. T-Borden, Oleski, May, Clark, all entering the spawn queue there. Casper will go down to Jackie Legs, bombing in, but they're going to get essentially a complete wipe here. It's only Mezzo far back in the back lines who is surviving on the side of the champions, but Twice there coming together, working as a team and cleaning up. And now it's all about whether, how long do they hold second on a essentially equal Uber scenario? I don't think they want to do it for much longer, Dave.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually fully backing out. Casper's just spawned now. He's not sure whether he wants to walk out through that door or not. He's actually going to have to fully rotate. He definitely had a couple of seconds to make it through, but as it is, Stall just didn't take the risk. Sammy gets picked up by Jackie Legs as well, with a nice little bomb from him. So they have the hold up, but they've got to be aware that he was disconnected for such a long time that the Uber advantage is now sizable for SDCK.
Yeah, pretty sizable, and that's what you want on this third point, the notoriously difficult point to push. That Twice didn't really have to do because they had that momentum going, but once you've got a bit of a setup going on here on third, it's difficult. They're losing a couple of players here, and actually they're going to use it, but Nubby gets dropped again. Odin on a 10 kill streak finally goes down to May, but was able to take out the demo with him, and Twice here, with only one person dead, are able to just continue to hold third, just reposition themselves, get back to where they want to be, and they still have 100% Uber, Dave. They still have 100% charge, and now SDCK are kind of have to go back to the drawing board and try again.
Yeah, Cart's still quite far back as well, so they don't have to worry about that. They're looking to just play this kind of aggressive hold, up on this kind of catwalk balcony area, just play aggressive behind the house. It does mean they're a little bit more vulnerable to a bomber force coming in onto Casper, but they're not giving up any space at all to especially Lakey the sniper.
Yeah, they're playing aggressive. Kazuki does go down. In comes Jackie with the bomb. Will get dealt and actually will get the force. 27 HP was left on Casper. Odin's going to clean up 3. But nobody can get close to Gedu. He hightailed it out of there, keeping that Uber safe and sound. And so we're back to where we were about 40 seconds, a minute ago, where SDCK had an Uber advantage, pushing into third here. We'll have to see whether or not it will be a little bit more effective this time as they come through house, actually straight in. May gets a flash, tries to deal with the sentry, does go down, and Rambo, very weak, has to back away with that Eureka effect. They don't really get many more kills. Sammy is dead, so with no demo, this could be difficult to hold, but Odin and don't want to try.
Kazuki doing so much work. He lands onto Gedu. Can he find the final rocket? It's actually, I don't know if there's an arrow or a health pack, but it saves him. He does get the kill onto Gedu. Casper's going to live through all of that as well, so I didn't really like how they set up for that hold twice, but they were so ballsy, they were so aggressive, they were so risky with it, and it paid off for them. They know they have to gamble, with this huge time that they set on offense, and at the moment their gambles are paying off.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. 6 minutes and 30 odd seconds left on the timer. They have to hold for that amount of time in order to win this round. And you know what? That is still a lot of time for 2 points, but these are the 2 points that are the most difficult to push. So if you've got to this time, you've chalked off half of the time you needed to hold for on these 2 points already, you're definitely feeling good about it. And SDCK won't be feeling concerned just yet, but they'll be definitely thinking, hey, okay, maybe let's stop making mistakes as they try to go in. Gedu goes down to 12 HP, will get cleaned up by BB, who goes in, gets the kill. Casper just chilling on 150, 100% Uber. Twice at the moment are the team in control.
Nuts from BB, just seeing the opportunities running forward, barreling through choke points, which is not ideal for a scout, but he knew the players that were in front of him. He saw the medic in his eyes, and just great movement to escape all the incoming damage and to get that frag onto Gedu, and it's back to square one for SDCK.
Back to the drawing board again. I keep saying this. May trying to do the same thing, goes in. There's a lot of spam coming in. Great synergy there. It will get the force out of Casper using that Uber. Gedu goes down to about 73 HP as well. Has to back away and stay safe. And this time the Uber ad isn't as big as it was before, which definitely adds a few factors into the equation, because if Twice just kite the Uber, then they can repush and try to take back with the counter Uber. We'll see what happens. They are playing a little bit more passive. This gives a lot more space for SDCK to play with. We've just crossed the 5-minute mark. So less than 5 minutes to go for SDCK to play here. And you know what? They're pushing in already.
Yeah, they're having to play back, but that's giving so much space for Likey. He's just finding some angles, finding some heads, and They haven't even had to use the Uber yet, and the car is very, very close. Just the picks onto Kazuki, Odin, Buko means that they're going to have to back out here, and SDCK just take it, and they still have an Uber, although Casper's very, very close now.
Yeah, they use the Uber into last 97%, 98, 99. Casper will get that Uber, using it onto BB. He's going to try and chase, but T. Borden has that mouse 2 button bound on Pyro, just pushing people away, allowing his team to escape with a bit more safety. Sammy is dead, but that's the only real major casualty for Twice at the moment, and they're trying to hold this normally. But the thing is, Dave, on that third point, 20% Uber disad, you know, they played so passively that allowed Likey and the other players in SDCK to get into positions to get picks, and they kind of threw that away there, it felt. You know, if they just played normally, as they had before when they had bigger disads, then they would have been in a decent position. Instead, they just gave a lot of free space. As the sacks come in, no, it was just a demo flying through the air.
Jackie Legs as well, just doing a fake little bob. You're never really sure whether he was going to land in your head or whether he was going to bait away, but this time he escapes. He's looking to make something happen from the spiral area, and he's just turning a couple of heads as everyone else is focusing on that ramp. There's a Lakey in the window as well, but now the bombers come in. They land towards Casper, get him down to 50 health. Mezzo's in as well. The force does come out. It's actually briefly flashed onto Mezzo. He's cleaned up, but the main thing overall there is the force come out and Gedu has 100%.
Yeah, this is what Twice were trying to do earlier on, you know, get some pressure and choke and then send those Suiciders in to get the force. They get the force now. Huge, massive ad. They're going to use it into choke. It's going to be May and Nubby chasing here. Casper goes down very weak. Will get cleaned up. May is forced against the wall by that Wrangle Sentry, but it does go down. And in reality, the only major kill there was Casper with that Uber. They have no heals now, so it's going to be a bit of a war of attrition. Can they hack away at the defenses? Odin is very weak. Kazuki and Delt do go down. There is no Buko sniping, and Rambasaur is also going to go down as that Sentry is sapped. And in come SDCK. They have completely flooded into the high ground. It's going to be hard for Twice to hold on for another 2 minutes and 20 seconds here.
Odin is hiding in spiral, but he's so far away. He's cleaned up instantly by the combo Jackie Legs and Nubby, and there we go. SDCK take this first round of Badwater.
Yeah.
So tactical acumen, because they've got to bring out something for that last hold, that last push especially. I think probably Buko is going to have to, you know, really get the better of... There's going to be a lot of crucial situations where he's going to have to duel. Likey going to have to win those duels, because we saw whenever Likey had freedom, he was just annihilating the Twice side.
Do you see those suicides coming in now? The dispenser will go down, and Casper will get forced a lot quicker and a lot more clean than they did in the previous round. SDCK took a while to break this first hold, but they have managed to get the Uber out of the equation. Teleporter Sentry still up, and everyone else is still alive. Buko is still being aggressive with this sightline, but now it's all going to be about the execution from SDCK with the Ubers. They're coming up on the far side here, Dave.
Yeah, Mezzo's actually taken out the teleporter as well, so Kazuki's not going to be able to get into this fight. The Uber's coming in. It's mostly buffed away, but Jackie Legs is in from behind. He gets some damage down onto the combo, but they haven't got enough crucial picks as of yet. Nubby gets cleaned up by Odin as well. Clark gets picked up. They've lost a couple here twice, but they have stabilised. They still have control of the high ground. They still have their level 3 sentry up, so it looks like they'll hold on for now.
They're going to hold on, but Ramsaw just spawning now. Engineered down. That sentry is going to be free to take down if anyone tries to spam, but no. Is back in action. Sentry finally goes down. Really unfortunate. And Buko also goes down, and the force from Casper. Things kind of leading to a cascade of calamities there, and it is going to be Casper running away with Sammy, trying to keep alive. Nubby on the chase. Almost getting Casper kind of caught there. Will survive a cheeky sandwich throw from Odin, but that first point a lot more shaky than we saw earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst time imaginable from either side. Both sides will be, reasonably happy with how it's gone so far, but a lot of sticky moments there from Twice. They have kept their head just about above water. They have got a separate third. They're at disadvantage though. Hopefully they know it. They looking to back up, but they have to put a lot more pressure down onto Boiler Room while they're playing from disadvantage.
Yeah, this Uber comes straight in through the tracks. Delt gets taken down with a snipe. So no Pyro to push these players back, and SDCK are now aware that they could just chill and hold this corner. 90% for Casper. They don't quite have the Uber yet. It does look like they are poking and prodding. Maybe wanted to go forward here, like he goes down to Buko. JackeyLegs is getting a minigun down. Casper drops! No, the pipes from Nubby juggling him into the air, taking him down. And that is absolutely devastating if you're a Twice fan. That Uber was going to be integral to them holding onto this third point, which was so good for them in that first round. But now SDCK have a lot of cap time. Gedu survives the onslaught of suicides. And with Medic just spawning now, Dave, and Rambo's also down. They're not going to have a gun up on last.
Oh, but Nubby's actually been picked up by Odin. That was pretty crucial because SDCK had all the momentum. They had the Uber advantage. They're getting decent cap time as well, so they're probably still just wait for Nubby before taking this Uber in. Casper's nowhere near here, so it's going to be definitely an Uber advantage push here for SDCK. We're not sure exactly where they're going to go from. Looks like they're at least baiting to go through tyres. Gedu has crossed. Nubby is now there with him, and they're going to look to take it in very, very shortly. Maybe even down Spiral Staircase.
Clark with the revenge crits. Takes down Kazuki. No flank. The Uber comes in, and they're not actually facing much resistance. They get Buko, they get dealt a little 1-2 there from Nubby, who now jumps onto the spawn.
Odin is with him, I'm pretty sure.
We're going to see what happens. He actually does get the backstab, and Sammy with the pipes is going to protect Nubby, but no, May with the follow-up.
That was nuts from May, just running in, jumping in through the window, and Gedu actually survives the onslaught from Axio as well. There's only a few players up now for Twice. The spawns are going to be attempted to lock down by JackeyLegs, but he's quite weak as it is. Delt is still alive, still trying to control some of the low ground for Twice, but the cap time is just about coming in now for SDCK as they look to get going with a Lesky in position.
Yeah, the respawns came in for Twice just in time. Full complement of players. They've lost Rambo, which is a player you kind of want to keep alive here. Your engineer with a sentry, but there is a level 2 watching the car passively. So, you know, not too detrimental. Like he does go down to Sammy, and it does look like Twice want to get aggressive here on the corner. They're trying to get Buko into a position. He gets Clark down. And in comes the sack from JackeyLegs. One rocket, the second doesn't hit him. Was that like an air pipe or something? Casper finally goes down though to Nubby, who follows up, but it's the only player from Twice to die. And so many players there who would gladly have traded their lives to keep Casper in, but no, it's going to be a 75% Uber advantage for Gedu by the time that Casper spawns.
Yeah, because Yuki's going to find a nice little cheeky kill onto Likey. That's going to allow Buko some space. He picks up Nubby as well, so important classes going down for SDCK as they build this Uber up. They're still going to have an Uber advantage here, but actually battalions coming in for Twice as they're holding very, very close despite the Uber here for SDCK.
Yeah, Buko, Odin going down. Delt doing a grand job of just air blasting away. Nubby jumping onto the high ground, kind of sticking off the retreat, not managing to get much done, but it's enough to pigeonhole everyone into a position they do not want to be in, and they cannot defend the point from there. Sammy is trying, but no, the car is going to roll in there. And I think my time is right, Dave, 5:44. Twice basically have to play everything pitch perfectly from now on. It's a big ask, but you know what? They had a really good push on the first few points in the first round, Dave, so who knows what we could be seeing now.
It's definitely possible. It can be a very, very fast map if everything goes right for you, but you know, it means first things first, they need to get the sack waves right. Looks like they just opted to get a couple of people in position. Kazuki's taking a ton of damage, but Sammy is now in, launching himself in towards Gedu, but at the moment just gets... The only damage he gets down was actually onto the dispenser there.
Yeah, which is usually going to be the target of the damage, because medics are like to stay inside. As long as you're inside that dispenser, any damage directed your way is going to be taken by the dispenser and not you. So kind of focusing that is something that players tend to do. That dispenser will go down, and the Uber is forced on Gedu. They managed to get it. JackeyLegs is going to get backstabbed, but he's the only casualty on the side of SDCK. But that Uber force is massive and gives Twice an opportunity to go in with their Uber. And we'll see what happens. BB already kind of poking and prodding, getting an idea of what's going on. Nubby on this far side, not linking up with the rest of his combo till now. It does look like SDCK want to stay in here, Dave. They're not going to be playing it safe.
Going through the tunnel now with the Uber. Sammy launching himself with the Uber up in the air, but by the time he lands, gets buffed. He just can't get anything done with it. He's spending so much time in the air, can't lay any stickies down onto his target. So SDCK still have control of the high ground. Kazuki wants to go in for something, gets one rocket down into Lakey, and Odin's actually going to be able to follow that up, but it's only the flank and the sniper picks. No position at all for Twice, and Gedu still has Uber as well.
Yeah, Buko with the snipe onto Clark, so his sentry is now unguarded, but Axio was the one who managed to get the cap. Like, no one seemed to notice the spy. He was casually one-timing the cap, so that first point has gone down now. But Likey with the snipes takes down Casper with the headshot, takes down Sammy with the body shot, and that's really gonna put a spanner in the works for Twice. As soon as they seem to get some sort of advantage, it is ripped away from them by a big play from an SDCK player. And actually, despite that cap going down, SDCK didn't want to back out. They're happy to stay on 40. They've got their sentry up. They've got an Uber charge. They've got a teleporter getting their respawns in. They're happy to keep holding this.
Yeah, the cap doesn't actually change the state of play too much. You still get the same spawns, and they're actually just take an Uber straight in. Casper's going to get cleaned up by a nice little katana by Nubby just landing down on that medic, and now Twice just have a couple of players up. They might even pick up BB as well. He's low. He's on the chase actually onto Nubby, but at the moment they're just losing so many players at the tail end. The tail end of every fight is going SDCK's way.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes and 50 seconds is all that remains on this round, and Twice, they're going to need something huge here. They need to get some openings, and they need to get the cart rolling all the way towards that last point, but they're not going to be doing it. Losing players, and Casper running back to spawn, only 30%. Meanwhile, Gedu is at 85%. And at the moment, SDCK seem extremely comfortable to just be chilling here. And when they do back out, but Twice need a wipe here. And it's SDCK who are Ubering onto Casper, and he gets caught before he can get into spawn. May is going to be the one who gets the kill, also gets the bleed kill onto Delt. And we're approaching the 2-minute mark here, Dave. Twice need to wipe SDCK and do it like 3 times to get the car all the way to last now.
Yeah, they just have to really hit and hope. They have to just try and make something happen. Time is very, very much against them. We saw it done to them by failure earlier in the season, but this would be even a bigger miracle. They're trying to make something happen through the tunnel area. They pick up Nubby. That's a nice first little kill. Jackie Legs, a target as well, surfs away, but is going to crater. They actually get most of the frags that they need, and the cap is quite far forward here Twice, but they need to get a move on. Not sure whether to clean up those last couple of players staying in. Lakey wants to stay in. Clark wants to stay in, but the car is moving forward.
The cart's moving. They're going to get the cap. Getting Clark down, I don't know my numbers. I don't know if anyone watching, anybody knows how long it takes the car at maximum speed to get all the way. But Twice basically need complete dominance, ×3 on the car all the way, no stoppages, and to clean people up. Axio with the double stab, gets Likey, gets Aleski. Clark is going to get taken down within that Uber of Sammy. Odin now trying to hold it. Buko gets the snipe onto Jackie Legs. 50 seconds left. That third point is going to get capped.
Yeah, Sammy jumped in, got cleaned up by May, but they still have control of the high ground here on last. They've walked their way in, but it's just Odin and Delt. They're not sure whether they want to drop down or stay on the high ground, and Lakey is going to punish that indecision as he gets a snipe out onto Casper. Odin's still in that cheeky little hiding spot. They've got the picks here onto those SDCK players. They have control of their top left spawn, SDCK, but the car is still in. Jackie Legs just shooting down on the car, gets a couple of crucial frags, and with Aleski and Lakey surviving, that might just about be enough.
Yeah, the problem there was that they had numbers Twice. They didn't have the help. Casper running in, trying to solo cap the car. It's not going to be enough. The GGs are called in chat. It's going to be the round win for SDCK. They take Badwater 2-0. They take the final 2 maps to 0. And they're going to be crowned Season 27 Premiership champions yet again.
Last shout out as well that we need to do is I wanted to quickly talk a little bit about Milky, who sadly passed away recently as well. Massive pillar of the community. His Twitch streams were always hilarious. He was a great guy to hang around with, and many people in the TF2 community have wished their well wishes to the families, the people affected. So yeah, big shout outs to Milky, and I hope you're all right, man. And yeah, that's all I wanted to throw out there. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in this evening, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.